Thanks, Ron. Where'd Tony go? Tony, you in here? Hey, man, I'm going to make this weird, but your vocals are like grandma's cookies that you haven't smelt for a few years, and they just bring you right back home. Well done, brother. So, hey, I'm Levi. This is Cassie. We're the Rileys. We really wanted to come by and give you kind of a glimpse into what God's doing in our life right now. We started out at CrossRoads. I got saved here. Okay, like that. Okay. Good
Steve will
she's
fix
here.
it. You'll be okay.
But yeah, so from where we went, like we started out here at CrossRoads as just these crazy teenagers that really had no idea what was going on, and then God has brought us to the point where we helped start Revolution Church, and I was a youth pastor for quite a few years, and Cassie did children's ministry for a long time, and from that, he has moved us more towards long-term missions, and because really our home is here, our first home was here at CrossRoads, we felt like if we're going to start sharing this outside of the church, we felt like it was it would be an awesome place to start at where our roots were, if that makes sense. So, Cassie will tell you what's going on.
God is just amazing. He is truly amazing. I remember when we were Twitter-pated, and we were just holding hands and snuggling up here at CrossRoads Church and singing songs and learning about God and just how God has just brought that full circle. And we gave our lives to Christ. And we were actually baptized here on a New Year's Eve at CrossRoads Church. And Ron Bull married us. And it's so wonderful to be here right now. I'm just kind of... I got off track. But we are going to Honduras. God has called our family to go to the island of Helene, Honduras, and we are going to be participating in a 3-month mission trip to start with that is going to be really intense discipleship training. And they're going to give us the ropes of a long-term overseas missionary life. And if that is blessed and it goes really well, we will actually remain there and we will start our full-term mission for the year in Honduras. And so we wanted to come and share with you what God is doing. There is a people there that are in need, that are hungry for Christ, and that have a great need for Jesus. And there's a clinic there as well, but we are going to be going in March 2018, and so that is coming up. And we have 4 children. We have Alexander, who's going to be 14, Brody, who is 11, Zoe, our daughter, she is 9, and then Zachary, our baby, he is 7. And so God has asked this big thing of us, and we can't do this without support. We can't, and we don't want to do it without support.
Yeah. And so you might wonder how we went from like crazy Twitter-pated teenagers to we're going to change everything about our life, and we're going to sacrifice all this stuff. And the truth be told, Cassie's done a couple short-term missions. She's got experience. I've never even been out of the country. And in fact, until January, I was pretty adamant that missions was not in my future. Like 2017. Yeah, January, this last January. So I told Cassie, this is really cool that you're going to do that, and I support you, but I'm going to stay home. But if you don't know, I'm a nurse, and I've worked in the crazy parts of the hospitals, not just on ortho and stuff like that. But because of the law, I can't really go into too much detail. But I had a patient who had come to me that was in a particular demographic that you want to avoid as an ER nurse. And I lost that patient. And I was really angry with God, because I was almost in a different position where I'd never have to deal with that. I mean, it broke me. I mean, it put me in severe PTSD type stuff. And I was real angry at God for a long time. Then when the director came and talked to us and said, hey, I want you to consider coming out and doing some work for us. And, of course, I was like, no, that's a terrible idea. But he made me watch a video, or asked me to watch a video, and the opening video described that demographic and the mortality rate of that demographic in the area that he was asking us to, that God was asking us to go. And had I not experienced that pain, had I not, and it still It still messes with me quite a bit, but had I not gone through that, God uses the things that are terrible sometimes in the world. Not that he causes them to happen, but he uses the things that are bad that we experience and turns it around for his glory. And so God instantly changed my heart for missions. And so God has brought us a long way. And we have a passion. I know Ron, as long as I can remember, Ron has been gung-ho, let's start some churches. And I know that you guys as a church have this passion for people knowing Jesus, because you know that he restores and that he heals and that he brings life and he changes brokenness. And he wants to prosper us and give us an awesome future. And so we wanted to invite you guys to be a part of that. And so we're doing big fundraising right now. And we're bold about asking about that. We don't feel bad about asking for anybody's money, just so you know, because we see it from the perspective that we could do it. I could work for the next 2 years and build up enough funds to take my family wherever. But the biblical model, Paul had a team in Macedonia that supported his work in Corinth. The biblical model is to allow God's people to come together to bring the gospel to the world. And so we feel really bold in saying we need support, we need fundraising. And so if you feel like God's leading you to be a part of that team, to be the Macedonia for where we're going, we encourage you to do that. We encourage you to grow God's kingdom. So we're going to be hanging out just outside there at the end of the service. If you guys want to come talk to us, if you have questions, even if you're not ready to give or anything like that, you just have questions, come let us know. Give us your information. We will answer anything you want to know. We'll tell you the crazy stories of, Cassie and Riley, or Levi. So, all right. Well, anyway, we just want to thank you guys for letting us come. Very nostalgic, and it's good to see all of you. So, Cassie's got one more.
One thing, one of our fundraisers is we're doing a concert. We are not, when we found out that the SIDS benefit concert was, and we had put our concert on the same date, I was like, no, we can't do that. And so we switched it. We pushed it to a different week because we don't want to compete at all. We want it all to be for God's glory and what he is doing. And so we are doing on the 21st, it's called Missions Flame. It's going to be at Revolution Church. You guys are all invited. It is free admission. And we've got, a Facebook event online. So if you wanted to check it out, you could look up our names and it's right there. So thank you so much for your support and even your prayers. So if you can't give, please sign up on our sheet for information so you can pray for us, because we need people to cover us in prayer. Thank you.